Alright, now that you have a bunch of points that are plotted, what we're going to do is we're going to find out what our calculator can do with these. Now, I want to get rid of a bunch of points, and I really want to keep 2, 3. So what you can do is you can click on the point and just hit the delete key. And one of the problems is we have coordinates and equations up here, so this is actually a good learning tool. Your calculator will only do this. It won't do anything else. So we have to escape out of that. Now we can do other things. I'm going to grab that point and I'm going to delete it. I'm going to grab that point and I'm going to delete it. I'm going to grab this point, I'm going to delete it. I'm going to grab this point, I'm going to delete it. So I want to put another point up here. And let's say I'll go to points and lines, and then I'll go to a point. And like I said, you guys are probably going to have to go into the geometry menu because you might have a different menu, or depending on what operating system we have at the time. Just like with all technology, they change and then they change their menus. So, but it's always just points and lines, and then you look for a point. And I'm going to put in parentheses, I want the x value to be -4, enter, and I want the y value to be 7, and then enter. So I have the point here, -4, 7, and I want the coordinates for that, so I'm in point mode, hit escape. Now I'm out of point mode. I'm going to hit menu, I'm going to go to view, and I'm going to coordinates and equations, and I'm going to click on that, and now I have 2 points. And since I'm in coordinates and equations, I am going to escape out of that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. When your hand cursor pops up, you can grab the axes and you can move them to make them bigger or smaller. And so I'm really just kind of moving the screen to focus on these 2 points. Now I can connect the 2 points and make a segment. You go into menu, and under points and lines, I can make a segment. And you click on segment. If you go up here, you click on your 2 endpoints for your locations. My 2 endpoints, I want them to be this point right here. When you get to a point that's already established, you get a finger pointing to the point, and then you just bring it down to here, and now I have a segment that I know where the 2 endpoints are. And I want to get out of the segment key, and I want to kind of move that over here, move that over here. So now that I have a segment, I can do a lot of different things with segments. Like, for example, I can find a midpoint. So in order to do that, I can hit menu, and we can go to points and lines, and alright, it's not in there. Measurement, well, I can figure out length of that segment, and I can figure out the slope of that segment, but right now I don't really care about that. Shapes, nothing about shapes there. Construction, this is where we want to look for. The construction menu, which will be in your geometry, is where you're going to be able to construct things like perpendicular lines, parallel lines, perpendicular bisectors, angle bisectors, midpoints, a locus, a compass, and all sorts of different things. So I want a midpoint. If I go over to here and it says click the segment, very simple. Click the segment. I got a segment. I'm going to click the segment, and for some reason it's not doing what I needed to do. So I'm going to escape out of that. So hit Control Escape. I still want to click the segment. Alright, I clicked the segment, there it was. Not sure what happened there. But hey, you know what happened? Sometimes it happens, and it's good to see when something goes wrong. I don't want any more midpoints, so I'm going to escape out of there. You just press the escape key and you're out of it. I want the coordinates though. I want the coordinates. So I'm going to hit menu, actions, and hit the coordinates of and equations, and I'll get my coordinates here. Now, we can do so much more with this. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can actually kind of verify that the midpoint is actually what it really should be.